his way into the match because things weren't working at the top level. So to come through, come up, shorten some points, get a little feel for that heavier ball.
Yeah.
He's about to run off the last 4 games of the set.
Quince 30. 15-30.
Just get the sense that Ferrer is just wearing Odesnik down. Even though Odesnik has stayed with him, the games are similar, and Ferrer does everything a little better, sometimes a lot better. That is recipe for kill.
Yeah, the discrepancy in talent, there is a chasm there, and Odesnik is getting a sense how far and wide it is. Facing set point. And the space is widening. Ferrer, 4 straight games, and the opening set taken in 39 minutes as he tries to make it 17 straight in Acapulco.
I have a feeling Ferrer is one of those guys that when you're a player and you look at the draw, he's the one name you don't want to see on your side of the draw. But he shows up, and he's there all the time.
Yeah, because you know you're not going to get any break. No matter what, you're going to be on the move. You're going to be facing a lot of adversity, such as 8 break points, of which Ferrer was able to convert only 2, but they came late in the stages of the set, and that was to his benefit.
And I'll tell you what, that first serve is working well. 71% of them he's winning on. He's getting almost 70% of the first serve. Remember last year, serving like 40% first serves.
Having a lot of trouble, but that was 12 months ago. Ferrer looking back in form. A rough beginning, but the set goes his way. And a terrific start in just under 40 minutes for a 6-2 opening frame. Wayne Odesnik seems to be indicating there's some discomfort in his left leg, the outside by his knee, and also seem to be pointing towards the upper groin area. As a ATP World Tour physio has come out, we'll find out if they're actually assessing a full medical timeout.
Paul Ness.
That is the ATP World Tour physio. Well done. Your knowledge never ceases to amaze. Well, this is the tough part, isn't it, Doug? I mean, if your mobility is hampered even slightly, I mean, if you're not at 100%, you're in a whole lot of trouble to begin with against Ferrer.
Yeah, he knows that. Like we said, he's played a lot of tennis. Had come through the qualies. Had that good win against Kubat, where Kubat said he couldn't understand how well Odesnik was playing. He said Odesnik missed nothing. But it's different playing Kubat than playing Ferrer. David, King David.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Odesnik is now receiving a medical timeout.
And there's the official word, a medical timeout. So 3 minutes for Paul Ness to work on Wayne Odesnik and find out if there's a way to fix what is ailing him.
Yeah, what's ailing him is on the other bench.
Well, you understand when an opponent's getting your head, but this is creeped down the body just a little bit. Odesnik did play the 2 qualifying matches, and they weren't easy exchanges as he got through, but he did what he had to do, particularly the second match to get in the main draw against the Spaniard Javier Martí. He lost the opening set 6-2, came back 1 set, number 2, 7-5, and then needed a 3rd set tiebreak. So a lot of tennis played there, and that's before getting in to face Kubat in the opening round. Ferrer, it's all business, isn't it, Doug? He'll just come out, he will work you. I'm surprised there isn't the lunch pail at the side of the chair there. You know, he's just a workforce.
Guys, he's ridiculous, and great to see. I remember him in the early years. I remember watching him play back in 02 and 03 at Indian Wells, and boy, he used to get tight matches. He was so solid, but under pressure, he wouldn't deliver. Did that change?
Yeah, now the self-belief. He knows against 97% of the ATP World Tour, he's got the upper hand before he even steps on the court because of his fitness regimen off of it, and then his tremendous work ethic in making sure opponents really have to exert a lot of energy. And it's just those few exceptions we spoke of. The big four currently in men's tennis: Djokovic, Murray, Federer, and Nadal. But he's certainly enjoying his time as the top-ranked Spaniard.
I remember watching him play a match in those early days against Andre Agassi in Rome. And Agassi was up a set, and he was up a break in the second. In fact, if I remember correctly, he was cruising. He was up something like 5-1 or 5-2, serving for the match. And he took his foot off the accelerator a little bit. Ferrer came back and took Agassi down. And that's when I started to believe in David Ferrer. That to me was, if you can beat Agassi, the American, everyone was saying, well, he didn't want to be playing there, he wanted to go home. He was up a set in 5-2. He wanted to win.
Time.
3-minute medical timeout assessed to Wayne Odesnik to try to figure out what's going on with the left leg. The problem looked as though maybe the hip flexor inside of the leg. Paul Ness, the physio for the ATP World Tour, doing just about everything he could for that left leg to see if he can improve the movement and give Odesnik a fighting chance as set number 2 begins.
15-0.
And if he's going to have any trouble movement-wise, he's in severe trouble. We already know he's in trouble, but it's just going to get that much worse because Ferrer's going to bully him all over the court. Or should I say pit bully him all over the court.
The shot that Ferrer was missing early in the opening set that gave Odesnik just a little bit of hope through the first 4 games. But Ferrer has certainly turned things around, and he finds his way to 30 love as he continues the onslaught, hoping to make it 5 straight games.
A rare little unforced error by Ferrer psychologically. Didn't run for that ball.
And he was
looked like you, Kevin.
Sail.
Looked like you when you play.
Oh, no, he still moves quicker than me.
Yeah, but you're always hoping the balls are going to be out and you don't chase them.
Without question. Been scouting me a little bit. Ferrer. Yeah, he thought that was sailing wide for sure. Never even made a play except the last second with the flick.
Oh.
And he finds the line himself. Odesnik will give a little peek, ask for the chair to come down once again. His second appeal.
No, you're kidding me.
And this time validated.
No comment from Ferrer. Turns his back, says, okay, one more time.
40-30, 40-30.
And offers up the ace for 1 love. Yeah, serving effectively. We mentioned last year he won 85% of his service games. Really has worked hard in that regard. It's part of the reason he was able to find his way to so many victories, because of the fact he could put himself in position get himself out front and protect his leads by holding serve, as he does. As we check the grounds outside, the evening's starting to get a little buzz about it. Already defending champion on court, and later the 2005 champion at this event in only his second appearance in Acapulco, Rafael Nadal.
Who?
You might know him as Rafa.
Oh, that guy. He's playing here this year.
Yep.
And he's seated behind Ferrer.
Again, correct.
Wow.
You're on roll.
You think this place might go a little bit nutty if Ferrer and Nadal get a chance to meet in the final?
It's already going nutty. I mean, the attendance, they've already added extra seating by about 10% to the stadium court in anticipation. Once Rafa said, all right, I'm coming back from the layoff, the first tournament he announced he would play in to come back was here in Acapulco. He added Viña del Mar and Sao Paulo before it. Actually, Raul Suratusa, the tournament director, said he was very pleased. He liked the fact that Rafa was coming here, but he was actually really happy that he played in Viña del Mar and Sao Paulo because he could get some of the cobwebs out, work off some of the rust, so that he could come here at this 500 event and be in better form.
Well, you know he's going to try to have something to say about that, right? The third guy. He's not too shabby either. Nicolas Almagro.
Yeah, Almagro, two-time champion here.
No one's talking about him. He is totally under the radar.
And he could face, if seedings hold to form, Nadal in the semifinals.
And Almagro's playing excellent tennis. We talked about how Ferrer has started to peak at this point of his career. So is Almagro. Same thing.
Things continue to go from bad to worse for Odesnik. A 9th break point for Ferrer through these opening 9 games. Every game, pressure. It's a well-played point to get rid of the first of what could be 3.
Just to finish up that thought, if Almagro were to play Nadal, Kevin, I think an awful lot of pressure on Nadal in that match because his record has been spectacular against the other Spaniards. And now that aura of invincibility, is it there? Will Almagro be worried about Nadal, or will he think this is his time to take down Rafa? Sweet. That's how good it has to be.
30-40.
Really well disguised, a little bit of underspin. It's like playing that little sand wedge. He's got to do it one more time, though.
It's just too much. 3 times he cannot extinguish the threat, and Ferrer jumps out to a 2-love start. Yeah, I'd have to agree with you just to finish off that from that aspect. Almagro has to sense that this is a moment. I've got you on the ropes, big guy. You've had the upper hand for so long. And they all get along well. Nadal's very popular amongst all the other Spaniards, and they are a good collective group, very supportive. But you know full well, you got to strike when the opportunity presents itself. And Almagro plays very well here at this event.
Loves playing here, and he's comes in with a lot of confidence. It's just sometimes he can be a head case. So in that match against Nadal, it'll be interesting to see if he composes himself, if he's graceful under pressure, like Horacio Zeballos was.